Hey YouTube, today I decided that Aero is more garbage than I initially thought. So let me tell you about today's adventure. I was out shooting one of my Aero rifles, and I'll show you the rifle in a second. And this is my target, as you can see. It's turning into a little bit of the keyholing. Most probably the barrel's toast. Maybe something else is wrong, but probably the barrel. Let me show you the gun. It's this gun. Now, it probably looks a little bit strange. It's got an occluded optic and a flashlight on it. I don't have flashlights on most of my guns, and this is the only rifle I have that is occluded. Why? Because this is a dry fire gun. I don't really shoot this gun that much. This gun's just for dry fire. I put the flashlight on just because the weight out towards the front of the gun, it makes it a little more demanding to swing it around. And the occlusion here is a very useful training tool, in my opinion. Right? And that's why it was so stunning to me. This gun, after maybe 5,000 rounds, maybe, I think, something like that, I hardly shoot it. It's my dry fire gun. It's just, after about 5,000, it's keyholing already. Now, just to make sure, and I should tell you how much I shot. I shot maybe 1,000 rounds of this brown tip through it. It's keyholing with those now. It's got some of this 62 grain. It's like a hollow point, but it's not meant to expand, I think. This training round, it shot some of those. It's got about 1,000 rounds of this RLP training round through it. Maybe 3,000 rounds of this 55 grain, either Federal, Winchester, stuff like that, and even some Wolf. Testing today, it is tumbling with all of these things. After I put up another target, it was just like shot a little bit. It's like, damn, it's tumbling. This sucks. And it got even better. I had a couple guys out shooting with me. One of them took his duty ammo, which is like a 62 grain, a flatter bullet profile. I don't have any of it here, but he took his duty ammo and tried to run a mag through this rifle, and it legitimately jammed like 6 times just in that one mag. And this gun doesn't normally jam. It's like, I've never seen it jam. I don't think, not in a while anyway. And it's just like, and it wouldn't run that training ammo. And it's just like, God damn it. After like 5,000 rounds, this barrel's packing it in. Man, it's disappointing. And I know a lot of people didn't like it when I said that the Aero guns are garbage. And I don't like it that I feel that way. Like, what I wanted was guns that are good enough to train with, and the Aeros are available. They're not expensive, and I like the feature set and the options they have. Generally, like, I can kind of get what I want, and they can get it shipped to me, and that is cool, and that's what I want. But the guns they're just not that good, quite frankly. After all the parts breakages and this and that I've had with them, um, yeah, it's a little bit disappointing. What I want is more like a Toyota experience. So, for example, my trucks are Tacomas. I've got a gray Tacoma that's got like 120,000 miles on it. It's like 3 years old. It's on its third set of tires, so I change the tires when they need changed, and I generally get an oil change when I'm supposed to. And when I get an oil change, the man will come and say, "Hey, you need this air filter, you need this thing," and I'm like, "Okay, you should change that." And then I give them money, and it's done. And then you know what I have to report about that truck's reliability? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. It works. It just works. And when I'm training with firearm, that's more what I want. So this is my common setup here. I have a gaggle of these guns. These are the BCM 14.5s, 3-prong hiders, and it is on an Aero lower. The Aero lowers are relatively trouble-free. I haven't had a problem with those yet. Anyway, this setup is what I've been using for training primarily. I have a bunch of these. BCM was nice enough to give me a couple of these guns. And you might think like, oh, they're kind of buying you off by giving you a couple guns. But that's not really what happened. It was more like a drug dealer giving you the first taste, Like, oh, we give you this bag of the stuff for free. And then they knew I'd be back buying more bags. My BCM guns, they're like my Toyota trucks. Like this gun has got, I don't even know. Like this is the workhorse guns that I train with. This gun in particular, I've been shooting it a bunch the last few months. A bunch. I bet you it's got 15,000 rounds through the barrel. And it's like there's nothing. It doesn't jam. There's not problems. It's just working so I can functionally, train with the gun. What I'm told from Matt Pranka, is smart and I listen to him, what I want for an experience, a training experience with one of these guns, is I take to the range and I shoot it. When I'm done with that, expect, crack it open, pull out the bull carrier group, wipe that down with an oily rag, wipe the gun out a little bit, put the bull carrier group back in there, and just do that. When you shoot it, just wipe it off with that oily rag. You gotta leave a little thin oil on there. Shoot it like that. You should be good to go. You should just do that until the barrel gives up. And then when the barrel gives up, you rebarrel it and then have somebody, I wouldn't go over it. I'd have Joel do it, but Joel go over it and make sure that nothing else is broken. That's what Matt told me I should go for as far as a training experience. And that's the BCM guns are doing that. And it's like, it's disappointing for me. Like the Aero guns, like guys look at this like, well, it's a good budget option. And I kind of look at that, and now my thinking is like, if I can only afford one of these rifles, like I'm fortunate that I can have a bunch of guns. It doesn't really matter to me at the end of the day if that gun's barrel fucks up or whatever. I don't like. I just shoot a different gun because I have more with me at the range. Like it doesn't really matter. I'm not using it to like protect myself or anything. It's just for training. All right. But if I could only afford one gun, I don't think I could afford to buy an arrow. Like I would want to spend a little more money and get something else. Like now I'm using BCMs. There's other stuff that you could get that works the same and works better or whatever. But like what I want is that trouble-free training experience. I'm okay to spend a little bit less money and have, and potentially have more issues. But I'm finding out it's the same thing that Matt went through when he bought a bunch of guns for training, and he's like started with the Aero Precision stuff, and it's like these seem like they should be fine. Like on paper, they're fine. And then like the more and more and more you shoot it, the more it's just like, nope, like this is not fine. These are kind of garbage in a sense. Like there's just more breakages, there's more issues. And again, that's like this is my opinion shifting with actual experience. Whereas the way that it looked to me on paper when I started shooting the guns a few years ago, versus where it's at now, it's a pretty big shift. So yeah, Aero Precision, more garbage than I thought initially, and I know that a lot of you guys don't like it when I say that. So I thought I'd record a video saying exactly that and then put it up on YouTube. Have a nice day.